All right. Okay. All right, keep going.
Oh, I did Atwater.
All right.
13.
Okay.
And I'm Sarah Ramsawak, living in the North Hollywood Northeast Neighborhood Council and still working with Plan Check.
And behind you?
Yeah, I'm Benny Madera. I'm from Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council.
Welcome.
My name is Ruben Vasquez. I live in Highland Park.
Okay.
Keith Nakata with Mid-City West. Hi, James Arias with Climate Neighborhood Council.
This lady right here. Yes.
Hi, my name is Margaret Peters. I'm from South LA. I'm also a member of the Club Committee for Retirement Congress Southwest.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Sir,
Tony Castillo with the Historic Highland Park Neighborhood Council.
welcome. And the gentleman behind you? Sir?
Yeah, my name is Hoover. I live in Rampart Village. I'm from the Rampart Village Neighborhood Council.
Okay, great, sir.
Vincent Montalvo, Elation Valley Neighborhood Council.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Maribel Munoz. I'm from LA 32 in El Sereno.
Okay, sir.
David Green from the Eagle Rock Neighborhood Council.
Okay. And this lady in the green right here?
Marge Piani from Glassell Park Neighborhood Council and Glassell Park Improvement Association.
I'm Sylvia Marcher with the Highland Park Neighborhood Council.
Okay, and then we'll jump up a row.
Hi,
Connie?
I'm Con, Park Neighborhood Council.
Okay, and this lady right here? The red.
Mayor Royal, I'm with the Highland Neighborhood Council Land Use Committee.
Okay, Barbara?
Barbara Brody, West Side Neighborhood Council and board member on Coalition to Ban Billboard Light.
Okay. Sir?
Scott Scher, live on Washington, but not with the Rose City Neighborhood Council, so just interested.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
Okay. This gentleman seated.
Gilbert Yaplan, Woodland Hills Warner Center Neighborhood Council committee member and board member and club committee.
Okay, great. This lady in the pink and blue right here.
Thank you, Jean Gilbert. I live in Atwater Village. I'm the CD13 representative to the Equine Advisory Committee, and I'm the chair of the Equine Committee for the Neighborhood Council.
Great. And the gentleman right behind you.
I'm Eric Tolman, Glassell Park Improvement Association.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
Teresa Kin, I'm a resident of Elysian Valley.
Okay. All right. This gentleman here.
Frank Mendoza from Elysian Valley Riverside Neighborhood Council.
Okay, sir.
Robert Bailon. I'm on the board of the Elysian Valley Riverside Neighborhood Council and the Revenues Committee.
Marlene.
Marlene Savage from Delray.
And she's on the steering committee for Plan Check also. All right. And who's here next? Who's next? Yes.
Hi, I'm Cheryl from Atwater resident.
Wonderful. This lady right here in the front.
Oh, Jane Demian, Eagle Rock, South.
Okay.
I'm Latrice Williams. I'm the Vice Chair of Planning and Land Use for Mar Vista.
Okay.
Darcy Harris, I'm from Echo Park Neighborhood Council.
Right behind you.
Maybe you can say something, Eagle Rock, I'd like to get more involved.
Okay. We'll come forward and then we'll go back one. Go ahead.
Carol Citroni, Silver Lake Urban Design and Preservation Committee.
Okay. Right behind you.
Susan Streeser, I'm a resident of Glassell Park.
Barbara.
Robert Ringette, Silver Lake Neighborhood Council and representative from Budget Advocates.
My name is Andrea Padilla. I'm a resident of LaSalle Park, but also an urban planning student at Cal Poly Pomona.
Wonderful.
My name is Stephanie Castro. I'm also a grad student at the USC School for Public Policy.
Wonderful.
I'm also a representative for Partnership for an Equitable Los Angeles.
Wonderful.
Eric Clough, River City Neighborhood Council.
Great.
My name is Lucia Aparicio. I'm with Council District 14.
Jennifer Elliott, Northridge South Neighborhood Council.
Adriana Barron, Silent Hunter resident.
Lord Gutierrez, Glassell Park.
Patty Potter, Summerlin Tahunga Neighborhood Council and Land Use Committee.
Rory Cunningham, Land Use Committee, Greater Wilshire Neighborhood Council.
Gary Fordyce, North Hills West Neighborhood Council, founder and chair of the Education Committee and chair of the Mural Restoration Committee.
Marcy Rose, Magic. Wrong business. Glassell Park Improvement Association.
Got a little plug in there.
I'm Ed Hunt and live in Melrose Hill, but I serve on 2 land use committees in Hollywood, East Hollywood, and Hollywood Studio District.
All right, sure.
Brian Bowman, Eagle Rock Land Use Committee.
Okay, now who did I miss on the mezzanine over here?
I'm Lisa Hart, I live in Silver Lake, and I'm with the Neighborhood Council Sustainability Alliance.
Okay, who else? Okay, anybody else? Mezzanine? Okay, I'm Cindy Clayborn from Salondohonga. I'm the land use chair for Salondohonga. I also serve on the Congress Planning Committee as well, as some of you may already know. And Plan Check meets on the 2nd Saturday of every month. Just so that you know about a couple of things happening, the Valley will be holding a planning forum in November. And so if you're in the Valley, we encourage you to participate. It'll be at CBS Studios. If you want more information about that, you can see me afterwards. But please save the 2nd Saturday of every month for Plan Check. Plan Check started about 8 years ago after a class. I don't know if anyone will remember this, but there was a class that was given over a 4-month period of time where many of us came out of and received a certification. We'd like to get that going again since we have a lot of new faces into land use, and so we're going to hopefully be working in partnership with the planning department to make that happen. Out of that time period also came the planning pilot program, which is the reason why neighborhood councils now get the planning packets on applications that are requiring some type of review process, such as your conditional uses or discretionary actions and things like that. So if you wonder why you get these packets in the mail for applications that are going on and things going on in your community, it's because of Plan Check and our relationship with the planning department. It's the early notification process, and it's where you want to be in weighing in on things happening in your community. So I just wanted to give that little plug. I also want to really thank Glassell Park for pulling this together. I had a really very small part in it, so I want to thank them. Helen is wonderful, and for including it more broadly. So, and also, of course, to the planning department. Heidi, Hector, Craig, and just we need more of this, and so we hope to be continuing this in the future. I know Mike Fong was here earlier from Empower LA, but I don't see him now. So wherever we can continue our partnerships and collaborating and working together for these types of things will be great. So I know we're all excited. ZIMAS, in my opinion, is your friend. And I love ZIMAS, and the person I think that is an expert at ZIMAS is this gentleman right here. So I hope it's okay that I can introduce Hector. Thank you.
One of the reasons why I always come here every time Heidi asks me to come is because of the wealth of information I gather here. Although I'm not a planner myself, previous sessions of this event has helped me to see how my own department works, how it handles stuff, things, in other cases. So that's why I always volunteer and say yes. Hopefully my presentation and demonstration will kind of establish that relationship between what Craig said and what ZIMAS can do for you in terms of what you work on. My name is Ever Martinez. I work for the planning department. I represent the technology part of that department. I've been with the city for about 18 years of my life, actually. And then I have seen ZIMAS grown from a little web application to what it is right now. It has expanded a lot. I mean, and that's thanks to maybe the input that you guys have, suggestions that other people, users have, do this, or why not this. So we take all that into consideration, and we have taken it to this point. Anyway, so not only I'm going to talk about ZIMAS, but other tools that you might use for your own purposes or for within the city council project. Anyways, one way to access ZIMAS is through our planning webpage, which you can access just by typing planning.lacd.org. From there, you're going to see a link that pretty much takes you to the ZIMAS application itself. Before I continue, I want to say that in order to use ZIMAS, you don't have to download anything. It's basically web-based. Everything is hosted in our servers. You just click and use, as simple as that. Also, ZIMAS should be able to work in any main web browser, meaning Chrome, Microsoft IE, as we call it, Safari, I think it works too, and then Firefox. Those are the main web browsers, and they should be able to work with ZIMAS. Anyways, so once you get to our planning website, simply click on the link, and automatically you will be taken to our main ZIMAS webpage. By the way, ZIMAS stands for Zoning Information Map Access System. When you first open ZIMAS, you're going to be presented with a what we call search option window. In this window, you're going to have 8 options on how to look for information. By default, the search by address is presented. Like I said, it's very easy to use. That we even give you examples on pretty much what to type in different text boxes. For example, here it would tell you just to enter the number of the street. On the next box, you should be able to type the name of the street. So it should be one box for the number, the next one for the street name. Also, another option to search, searchable option would be street intersection. If you don't remember the exact address or something, but at least you know the locations, you can type at least 2 street names, and it should give you to that a certain center point, so you can pretty much locate where you want to go. Also, assessor's parcel number, or APN. This one, within the city, each parcel is assigned or designated a unique identifier. This is, I think, information comes from LA County, and it's called APN, or assessor's parcel number. So you can enter that, and it will take you directly to that parcel. There are some other options here, like for example, PIN number. That one, common users do not need to don't use it. It's basically, oh, you guys do? Okay, it's basically within our department. Our GIS specialists have created like a database for this, and again, for each parcel, there's a unique identifier within our system, and pretty much this is what we use when we need to look for something more accurate. Legal description. Of course, you can type that information there if you have it, and it will take you directly to that parcel. Map sheet. I don't know if you remember back in the day that when you used to go to the counter, when there was no ZIMAS, they would open this Mylar paper map, and they would just look for parcel or place where your project is going to take place. Anyways, all those maps have been digitized, and what you used to see in those maps is now ZIMAS. So that's pretty much it. Case numbers. That's, if you have a case number, just type it. Please again follow the format that we require here. Otherwise, you might get not an error message, but a message telling you, we cannot find anything, even though we might have it. So, community plans, again, all the community plans within the city are listed here. So if you just want to go and see the outline of that community city, you can click on that one and it will take you directly there too. City Council, I think there's 15, sorry. All 15 CDs are listed there. Again, you choose whatever you want and it'll take you there. And of course, every neighborhood council area that is within LA City is listed there. So you just, again, click on one and it will highlight that particular neighborhood. Anyway, so the most common search option used in our system is the address search option. Does anyone have any?
Let's give this place, how about?
What's that?
You want to give an address for this place?
Yeah.
3750 Verdugo?
Okay, 3750 Verdugo. And again, our system, it's smart enough to guess what you might be typing if you have forgotten the full name of the street. Let's say it's Verdugo, but I just know the first three names letters of the street. Click OK, and it takes you there. If there were more options or more street names that would begin with those three letters, it would give you a list. Anyway, so once you have found the street that you're looking for, just simply click. Takes a while because I'm connected to hotspot, so. And whatever address is designated to that parcel will be highlighted in blue. So that's where we currently are right now. Anyways, once you get to this point, you're going to be presented with what we call three main parts of ZIMAS. There's the information tab area, the map area, and the tool area. You can see here. I will go over these three areas one by one in a little bit, but also let me tell you about this horizontal toolbar too. Pretty much if you click on that one, it will take you to the search options again, just in case you want to do something else or search by using another type of information. Reports, that's when you can generate parcel information reports, when you have gathered all the information that you need, and whatever you see here will be added to that report. Also, you have some other options too, creating mailing lists. I will go over that too in a little while. Resources, those are mainly external links that will take you to maybe complementary websites or other links that might be related to the information in ZIMAS. The news. Here's where we announce maybe new features or maybe events or some other issues that ZIMAS might have. Help. We have a user guide. It needs to be updated a little bit, but still works. Here you can go and download this document and pretty much take it, download it and print it and see what the features are, how you can use it, how to do specific tasks within ZIMAS. One thing that I'll always emphasize is this one, the contact section. The ZIMAS unit is not big. It's not. It consists of I think 5 members. 5 members. And whenever a user sends us an image, we directly get it. I mean, it's not like it goes through another box and someone has to get it there and do that. So if there's ever anything going on with ZIMAS, or you have any questions, any comments, or anything, just use that box in order to directly communicate with us. And as soon as we can, we try to do something about it. So that's that. Oh, and by the way, I like to keep my presentation interactive. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. I will stop and answer the questions. Anyway, so let me concentrate on this area right now, which we call the information tab, information area. Pretty much this tab area contains all the information related or associated with this particular parcel right here. As you can see, there's different tabs that have different information for that parcel. For example, the address legal tab. This information comes from LA County, and this is the official address that a county has assigned to your parcel, or the parcel itself. It has some other information too. I think someone was talking about a site where you could go and find demographic information about that particular area. And within ZIMAS, you can find the same thing too. I don't know if it's the same as the other one, but kind of simply click on this link. And again, since these are external links, so information that is contained in that website is not related to ZIMAS. And pretty much this information has been gathered and put together by the main vendor of the software that we use to create these maps. And its name is ESRI. Anyway, so this is the information that they display and they have put together in their website. So if you're interested in that, demographics and different information. Yes?
What button was that again?
It's this one right here. I know it looks kind of small, but it's under zip code.
Zip code?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Under the address and legal website. Another link that might be interest to you would be the assessor's parcel number. That link will direct you, connect to the LA County website. And that link contains that black and white map that you pretty sure you have seen before. Yes?
I have a question about that address tab, because you were working with one address, this specific one on Verdugo Road. I have had on many occasions, I would enter an address, but I may get about 5 or 6 of them in a line. What does that mean when I have multiple addresses when I submitted only one?
And you mean you would see multiple addresses here in this area right here?
I'm talking about that address tab that you're in right now.
Okay.
Right above it where you type in the address that you want to search, then I will get that address, yes, but it's with about 4 or 5 more addresses.
Related to that single parcel?
I don't know why I'm getting so many addresses.
If it's within this ad section, and you click here, and then you get a list of addresses, I think. Okay, one thing about ZIMAS is that ZIMAS is composed of information that also pertains to other departments. This type of information might be coming from a Bureau of Engineering. Okay, so they might have assigned multiple addresses to that particular parcel. Yes?
This page that is on your screen now is not the page I'm talking about.
Okay.
Go back to where you were actually seeing.
This one.
There, that's right. Now, when I have an address up there, right there, almost where your blue highlight was, I can see 3 or 4 or sometimes 5 addresses. Why?
It's multifamily.
Well, yeah, it could be that it might have No, well, if I could give you an example of a residential area where there's maybe a rental unit, and they have given a different address to that, maybe 1.5 Verdugo or something like that. Again, that's information coming from engineering most likely, but planning department does not manage, create, or own that information. So why do you have that? I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Unfortunately, I did not bring with me a subject address, but I know exactly where it is. It's on Ottoman, Ottoman Street, and it's just off of, it's parallel and south of Branford, and it is east of Laurel Canyon in the San Fernando Valley. Now, I don't know if you can look it up from that information or not.
I could. You know what? If you would like, at the end of the presentation, we can get together and we can concentrate on that particular address. Otherwise, it might take a little bit longer, and I might run out of time. And all right. Anyway, so that's the address and legal information tab. The other one, yes.
So what do the different colors represent?
Okay.
Are those different zones?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But let me get to that one first. Okay. So the other one would be the jurisdictional data tab. That pretty much tells you what area or community area you belong to, or rather that parcel is located at. Also what city council, I hate to say this, dominates that area too. One very important link within this data tab is this one right here where it says building permit information. Once you click on that one, you will be directly connected to Building and Safety Department. Again, this ZIMAS is composed of a lot of information coming from another department. It takes a little while because again, I'm using hotspot and reception is not good, very good. Anyway, so what this section of the presentation will tell you is that, let's say your neighbor is building something, and you maybe think that it might be legal, or maybe they're going beyond whatever the requirements are or something like that. So you might query that address into ZIMAS, press in that link, and go to the permit information found link. Here, it will tell you whatever permit has been pulled for whatever construction is happening right now. Let's click on this, and it gives you, what the permits consist of or something like that. Yes?
I've had trouble finding on this what the permitted square footage is. Is there anywhere that shows what the permit livable square footage is?
Well, that might be within the zoning code.
Well, it's a two-part question because you might want to look at the zoning regulations, but then you also might want to look for the CFO, which is the certificate of occupancy, which then tells you how much square footage each should be.
Okay. So anyway, and again, if you further click on this link, it will give you a history of what the inspections have been, when the inspections have taken, and all that stuff. So it's a lot of information in this link. And again, that's part of the building and safety website. Moving on to the next data tab. Yes.
Yes. Going back to where you started, all you know is a site address. Once you put in an address, you don't know the APN, you don't know anything else. Will it cross-link and start giving you that information? This is the APN, or do you have to know the APN to get to other things?
Actually,
the address won't give it to you.
If you
We couldn't hear that. Could you repeat the question?
He says that if you didn't know a piece of information, eventually we'll find out what the APN is or some other information. Actually, if you know at least the intersection of the site that you're looking for, and once you find it, you select it. Here, for example, on this data tab, the APN will be displayed. For example, that's the APN right here. So all that information will be displayed on that area. Also the legal description sometimes, and all the stuff that you might not. Okay, so the next one would be the planning and zoning data tab. In here, you will find information such as zoning designation for such a parcel. For example, this one is C2, I guess commercial, you know, at different level or something. And again, if you can see, that's the format that Craig was talking about at the beginning, where, you know, there's suffix, prefixes, and all that stuff. I myself didn't know about the meaning of it, but until today, you know, it was very nice to know that. Anyways, one link that will pretty much tell you what could or you could not build on that, or what uses are permitted within that parcel is this one. If you click on this link, it will take you to the zoning code. And it's been digitized, and there you can read the designation, what it means, what you could build, what you could not build, the setbacks and requirements and all that stuff. So if, you know, it's pretty long.
Great late night reading.
So for commercial zone, it tells you all what it's required and whatever you can do. Yes?
Is the PDF of the whole zoning code so that it's easier to do searches?
Well, at the moment, I don't think they have it. This is a third party company that the city contract with in order to have this information. To this point, I don't know if they have that whole document in PDF format. I'm sure they can do it, but you know, I'll find out and see.
That would be really helpful for neighborhood councils.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll find out then. Anyway, so there's some other information that might be very important when it comes to projects that you might have to revise and all that stuff. For example, the zoning information, or ZIMAS actually, documents are purposely marked in red because it tells you very important documents for any project or any activities going on within this area. Again, these are clickable links that will take you to such document, and it will tell you, you know, maybe there's some requirements or information that needs to be known in order to, you know, something to happen or something. So, close this. Anyway, so other information that you might find here is the specific plan area documents. Again, a link for that, and it will actually, yeah. It will tell you, it will give you a document for that specific plan.
Will it give you the document for the CDO?
Let's see.
Just below it, right there.
Yeah. Yes, it actually gives you a map and documents. Let's click on the map. And pretty much it's going to give you an outline of that area. You know what? Let me click on this one too and see. And that's a PDF document that you can download and print in your own house and stuff. And again, most of these documents that are hosted within ZIMAS can be downloaded in you know, for you to keep in your computer. So that's pretty much the map for that CDO. And this is the actual document for that CDO. Contains the map too, and again all the information that follows that document. Yes? Mhm.
Yes, it was stated earlier that North Hollywood Northeast Neighborhood Council had 2 plans in its neighborhood council area. Are you able to pull up a map and actually demonstrate that so that other neighborhood councils can see a sample?
Yeah, I could pull some maps. But let me get to that. Please remind me, and then I'll show you what other sources you could use in order to get the information. Yes? What's that?
Oh, property ownership?
You know what?
No, not anymore.
Well, yes, but in order, it's department policy that ownership, property ownership cannot be shown on this public tool. You would have to physically go to public counter and ask for it. It does exist, and but you would have to go to public counter. Someone else?
Is there a legend for what all the colors?
Yes, I'll get to that too.
Yeah, I mean, how quickly is a new product posted on there? Is that immediately?
Okay, that's a good question because I will get that all the time. Basically, ZIMAS has a monthly refresh period. Every month, every third week of the month, ZIMAS is refreshed with new information. Whatever cases were filed, new updates within the data system, database, it's updated on the third week of the month. So if some case, if an update or anything didn't meet the cutoff date, it will have to wait until the next time. So, but every month the database is being refreshed. Okay. Anyway, so that's the type of information that you can find within this data tabs. And let me see what else. Case numbers. That's a very important one, I think. And here you can find case numbers related to that parcel or that area that might have to do with any project or something. Yes?
I think one of the things to remember about case numbers is that that is where land use people can see their determination letters.
Mm-hmm. In that case, let's see.
And if the neighborhood council has been active in that experience, they will see their own name in that determination letter.
Yeah, let me click on one of the cases, and hopefully we'll get these. Oh, and by the way, this is our new case tracking, or as they call it, case summary documentation system. Okay. Any case in particular that we can use?
Why don't we go back, Edward, to the list of cases? And we could, what I wanted to say is that here you'll see the recent activity. So at the top, you'll see recent cases that have been filed. So whether it's a parcel map or a tract map or a conditional use case, you'll see it here. And you'll always see E and V here because that's the related environmental review case. So always watch out for those two things. And I just wanted to point out that there's also ordinances listed here. I think somebody asked, well, where do I find these cues? If you're looking at a particular parcel, you're going to have to click on each of these ordinances just to see where that cue condition is at. So if we click on, let's see, this one, CPC 2007 CDO. Let's see if it pops out the details. But basically, this is when the planning department approved the community design overlay for this area. So you could click on it. It should be able to give you the determination letter. And Sarah's right. Sometimes the documents don't pop out. If that happens, please call us and we'll get it for you. But normally, it takes a while, but you're going to be able to see the letter of decision, and you're going to be able to see the conditions of approval, the findings and whatnot. You're going to be able to see those things here. And if the permit came with some kind of site plan to approve a building, you'll be able to see the architectural renderings as well, for the most part. But this is taking a little bit because it's, I think we're using your hotspot,
Yeah,
so it just takes a little while.
This document,
But it's right there.
Yeah. Anyway.
So you'll be able to see the planning department's letter of decision, and this is the commission's action. So you'll be able to see how the commissioners voted. So that's basically in the front. It's the actions that were taken, who voted. And then if you see the subsequent pages, you'll see the ordinance language. It's just the policies and the new rules for that action. So that's just one example. I don't know if anybody wants to check out any other things under that tab.
Well, are new
In the
people?
back, and we'll come back to
I
the
have
back.
a real quick question. When you're looking for queue conditions and fees and all the kind of things that run with the land,
Yeah.
if you go back to see this, will that all be there? Do you have to go through case by case?
You do have to go case by case. And the reason why, that's a very important question, because once you click on an ordinance, if you click on this one, Edward, you're gonna see a monster. It's like 200 pages, and you're like, where do I find this queue thing? What you're gonna have to know is maybe the sub area and exactly where that queue condition's at. So if we get out of here, again, just go back. Planning and zoning. Sometimes it gives you a sub area number, but I think it doesn't have it here.
No, it doesn't have it.
This doesn't have a sub area number. Sometimes you have to look for a sub area number, and then when you're looking at the ordinance, you look for that specific sub area number. If anybody has any trouble looking for one, just call me and I'll help you. Because it just takes a lot of research and a lot of clicking. It's non-intuitive, so you basically have to pretend you're Inspector Gadget and like you want to click on all those things and look for the ordinance. Yes, ma'am.
At some point, are you going to put that graphically on the map, one map, so you can see all of the land uses?
What do you mean?
You know, like, you have the ZIMAS map at a community plan level, or, let's say smaller, whatever this is, district, and then you could show the CDO impacted parcels, right?
Well, this is why, so this is highlighted right now. So the only way to know if you're in a special overlay like a CDO or if this is historic or not is by looking at the planning and
But
zoning
I'm
tab.
saying, is there some, sorry to interrupt, but it would, there be some way in the future to show it on the map?
Like to show right here CDO?
Yeah, the CDO boundary, the shaded gray.
So Eber's gonna zoom in because depending on where you're at in terms of zooming in and zooming out, you're able to see the zoning and you're able to see, oh look, there's a queue here. And sometimes you'll be able to see the suffix and it should say CDO. I don't know if there's other parcels around here that say CDO on the suffix. Let's see here. Maybe click on one of these.
You're
think
entering
this is-
into specific plan
Maybe
there.
that's Mount Washington.
Yeah,
I
so
think
it'd
this
be
is
closer to
Mount
Eagle Rock
Washington.
Boulevard
So
is,
if you go higher, here, let's go to my house. I know, I'm in the city. Why don't we click up here? And it takes a while because it's getting all the parcel information, but it does pop out, but you have to keep on zooming in to see the suffix and everything else. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, so again, this is the type of information that you can find here. Very helpful if there's a project that you guys are working on or need more information in regards or related to that project. Again,
Are all those the structures?
yes. Those are the building outlines. Some other information that you might find here is under additional data tab, and pretty much it tells you if this parcel is within a flood zone, earthquake fault, if it's close by, little information like that. If you're looking into something or like for example, sometimes real estate realtors contact us and tell us, hey, is there a way we can find if this parcel is within a fault zone or something? I thought, oh yeah, check this area, and of course that determines whether the potential buyer is going to buy it or not. So, anyways, public safety also. One example I can give you is that a former director, or actually deputy within our department, used this. Is that she said that she lived in this area where there was a fire lane area or street designated with that title, and his neighbor was having a party or something like that. So, but in case of an emergency, if there's parking and there's a fire, the fire department won't be able to make it. So what she did is look into ZIMAS, went to his, typed her address, went to this data tab, and found out where she could call police or to report that. And sure enough, in a little while, everybody was like dispersed, and the fire road was clear. Anyway, so that's the information part. Again, whatever information is connected, related, or associated with the parcel, you can find it there. Okay, let me go to, yes?
Yes, I would like to say one thing for every person in the room who is new with the neighborhood council system. This tool of ZIMAS is a magnificent tool, and it really pays to spend some time in exploring things. Click on everything that has a line underneath it. When it comes to these cases that Heidi was talking about, look at the first 4 digits, because that is usually the year in which a certain thing happened. When you get into the profiles, click on to the profiles which are with the building and safety, click on all of them. Really explore, and when it comes to the map, do exactly what he said. Zoom in, and you will notice that you start getting street sizes and the measurements to those from side to side in the streets, and you get all sorts of information. The more you play with ZIMAS, the more you love it.
Thank you. Sometimes it's
Personal testimony.
yeah, sometimes it's a love and hate relationship between but we're doing the best, and thank you for your comments. And yes, again, I want to emphasize that there's nothing to download. Start using it if you can. You won't break it. If you click here, you click there, nothing will happen. Just extra information that we'll get. Yes?
There is, I can't speak for all neighborhood councils, but there's somewhat a lack of knowledge when people come on the board and suddenly they're the chair of the land use committee. And there's no even awareness of ZIMAS or anything like that. So I'm kind of asking your opinion on this. Is, if you don't know where you've been, do you know where you're going? In other words, how important is it for a neighborhood council to drill back to the history of a piece of property before they make a new decision?
Well, actually, knowing the history of what's happening and what has happened before, very important for your projects to make a decision or whatever you're working on. But the importance might be laying on your behalf. I mean, ZIMAS could be only carrying this information, so it shows it to you, so you take so you can take a decision on whatever you're working on. I don't know if that answers your question or.
Well, can a neighborhood council make a prudent decision based upon the current request without even bothering to look at the history of the property?
No, I think you would have to, ZIMAS would not be, would only give you, how would I say it, not limited information, but information enough to maybe not to make a decision on that. I mean, that would be more planning related information.
I think it helps to contextualize like whatever you're looking at the area, maybe the parcels next door, but I mean, I don't know if everybody agrees, but to make one decision just based on ZIMAS, obviously not. But I think it could help, especially if you're looking at alcohol cases. You want to see if maybe that applicant has been here before, and you could see if the history of the cases, have they complied, like, oh, let me look at the previous conditions of approval. Were they a good, good business here or not? So I think it could help to make a decision.
Yeah, somehow. Well, yeah, but basing your decision solely on ZIMAS, I don't know. It would be asking or something. Yes?
No, ZIMAS is just a tool to help you in the complex story of making a decision. But with all of my exploration, I still have one area of problem. It's on the northwest corner of the map, that toolbar that you told me about.
Okay.
I used that toolbar after Heidi had one of these sessions, and I explored the Bob Hope property. And on that, you can go back and see what it looked like this year, 2016,
Yeah.
what it looked like in 2012, what it looked like in 2000. It's a fun thing to do, but I don't know how to do all those toolbars.
Okay, yeah. Again, ZIMAS does have historical information, and I'll show you in a little while how to use it. But again, it's a tool for your decision-making process. Anyway, so done with this area. Let me jump onto the map area section of ZIMAS. Pretty much when you open ZIMAS or ZIMAS selects your parcel, you're going to encounter something like this. So far, there's a lot more information from what you see there. The reason why we don't show all the information at once at this threshold of information is that because if we show it all, it'll be just a blotch of, you won't be able to read anything. So what happens is that if you need to see more details, just zoom in. And if you have a mouse with a wheel, just push it forward. And the more you zoom in, more information is displayed. Such as street names, zoning designation, actually we call it building outlines, and some other places that you can see there. Anyway, so this pretty much shows an overall area with your parcel highlighted in blue. Here is where pretty much, these are the tools that you use to interact with map. This is where you can select, show different layers of information, navigate, and pretty much print documentation. Yes?
You were going to break down the color code, what they mean, like pink versus
Yes,
yellow?
yes, and that will be my next step.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, let me go through this toolbar. By the way, if you see this red arrow, you can click on it and it will collapse it. If you want it back, expand it and click on that. So just to get a little bit more view of the map area, you can always bring it back. The first one would be the background layer information. By default, the zoning designation map layer is displayed. If you click on that one, it will bring this dialog box, and it will give you different choices of what layer you might want to display. We have the general plan use layer. Click on that, and it will change the color. The 500 school park zone information layer. Remember when Craig was talking about that maybe there's an establishment that wants to get a liquor license or something like that. This is what you could use. Let's say, you close this. Whatever is within the yellow buffer zone represent a 500 radius buffer. So if there's, I don't know, let's, for the sake of the conversation, let's say this is a, right here, a commercial area, a liquor store or something like that, and they want a liquor license. What you could do is come here and see if the buffer area touches that license. I don't know much about planning, but I know that if that parcel is within, or that address or establishment is within that buffer zone, I don't know if it's denied or it's under, it's placed under more scrutiny in order to get that license. So that's a good way to see, you know, that type of establishment. So, and this layer has the same, not the same information, but similar information throughout the city. Again, let me go back. You know, being at this distance from the laptop and trying to talk to, making it kind of difficult, so bear with me, please. Okay, so we go back to the background layer. Coastal zones. Pretty much this one depicts or has some information mainly around coastal areas that are located within the city. Most of it is gray, of course, because these areas are not close to the, but let me show you. I guess I had to zoom in a lot. But anyway, see these purple or blue areas are pretty much designated as coastal areas. Let me go back. And the next one, and this one is kind of historical information that ZIMAS keeps, would be the, as they call it, aerial pictures. We go back as far as 2001 in terms of showing this type of information. Of course, when we started with this layer of information, the pictures, let's say, were not as clear or as high resolution as with what we have today. Let me give you some examples. And this is how you could go back in time and see how maybe that area has changed, or to gather information like that. Okay, click here. Takes a little while. It's a lot of information. So let me zoom in into this parcel. And this is back in 2001. R2-1, zoning designation. Okay, here we go. So that's 2001. I'm going to click on 2006. And by the way, that was black and white. The next generation was color, but still the resolution was kind of low. 2008, it got a little bit better. See? So far, nothing has changed. I mean, let's say if this property owner would have maybe constructed something like that. That's the way I know building safety checks whether people have permits for particular buildings and stuff like that. 2011. And from what I know, our department, in conjunction with other departments, update this type of information every 2 or 4 years. I'm not sure about that, but maybe we might be getting some information, new information pretty soon. And of course, 2014, which is the latest that we have within our department. And this one, the resolution is very high. Let me show you. If we zoom in a little bit, of course, it takes a little while, but then you can see more detail to that. Anyway, so that's the background information layer. Now let me go back to the map and go to the navigation tool. There's 2 ways to navigate through in ZIMAS actually. By using this tool, the navigation tool, which can let you zoom in, zoom out, drag, go left, go right, or something, or by just simply using your mouse. I would recommend to use a mouse that has a wheel. This one can you can zoom in, zoom out, and do that. Pretty much what you can do with the mouse, you can do with this. If you click on this one, of course, it will take you out, select it, and then you click on the map itself. So again, it takes a while. Or maybe we got